Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a good day to everyone. Okay, so welcome back to our class. Okay, so for today's session, we're going to continue. Okay, chapter 6. Okay, so today is 6.2, the graph of sine, cosine and tangent function. Okay, so for today's lesson, okay, there are going to be a few learning standards. Okay, so for the first one for today, okay, the learning standard is, okay, draw graph of trigonometric function, okay, y equals to sine x, y equals to cos x, and y equals to tangent x for x between 0 to 360. Hence, compare and contrast the characteristic of the graph. Okay, so first of all, okay, what are the characteristics of the graph of trigonometric function? Okay, so you're going to learn three types of trigo function today. Okay, there are a few activities, okay, that you can do, okay, at home, but we're going to directly go to the conclusion. Okay, so the result of mind mobilization 3 show that the characteristic of the graph of sine, cosine and tangent are as follows. Okay, sine graph, y equal to sine graph. Okay, look over here. This is the general shape of graph sine equals to, y equals to sine x. Okay, so where we have 0 until 360, okay, has a maximum value of 1 when x equals to 90 and minimum value of negative 1 when x equals to 270. Nampak When 90 we have maximum value of 1, when 270 we have minimum value of negative 1. Intercept x-axis at x equals to 0, 180 and 360. So we call this as x-intercept. Okay, so dia memotong pada paksi x pada 0, 180 and 360. And intercept y-axis at y equals to 0, y-intercept. Dan dia memotong paksi y pada y equals to 0. Okay, so ini adalah for y equals to sine x. Okay, nampak bentuk dia pun macam S kan? Okay, next cosine graph. Okay, cosine graph, okay, y equals to cos x. Okay, this is the shape of cos graph. Okay, has a maximum value of 1 when x equals to 0 and 360. Atau maximum value of 1 when x equals to 0 and x equals to 360. And a minimum value of negative 1 when x equals to 180 over here. Minimum value of negative 1. Intercept x-axis at x equals to 90 and 270. Okay, these two parts. And intercept y-axis at y equals to 1. So we call this y-intercept over here. Okay, and then for graph y equals to tangent x, okay, maximum value is infinity and minimum value is negative infinity. Intercept x-axis at x equals to 0, 180 and 360. Intercept y-axis at y equals to 0. The value of tangent 90 and tangent 270 are undefined. Okay, actually for graph y equals to tangent x, okay, when the value of x is 90 and 270, okay, actually there is a line over here, okay, that the graph cannot touch. Okay, we call this line as asymptote. Okay, so I think that's it for the first subtopic. Okay, but never mind. Okay, we're going to do self-practice 6.2a together. Okay, determine whether each of the following trigonometric graph is a sine, cosine or tangent graph. Okay, so look over here, the first one. Okay, so you have something yang bermula daripada 1. Okay, 1. Okay, tadi kalau kita ada sine graph The shape should look like this, S. If cos, something look like this, macam C. Ini sine, this is cos. Okay, so if you have something that start with 1 and look like this is incomplete graph, sebenarnya awak boleh sambung lagi macam ni. Okay, so this is a cosine graph. Okay, and then if you have something that have asymptote, okay, so this is a tangent graph. And finally, if you have something like, okay, S, sini kan, penghujung dia mesti 360, so this is a part of sine graph. Okay. Okay, next, look at number 2. Sketch the graph of y equals to sine x, where in between 90 to 270. Okay, kita buat sama-sama. Okay. Apa tadi? Y sin x 90 to 70. Okay. What to do if you have something like this? Okay, ingat kalau dia bagi yang macam ni, okay, so this is not a full graph. Okay, this is only a part of the graph. Okay, so kita cuba lukis dulu the full one. Okay, for example, okay, this one. Okay, and then saya cuba lukis dulu full dia, full. Sebagai contoh, ini sketch saja. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, contoh macam ni lah. Okay, so this one, okay, is 0. This one is 180. This one is 360. Over here is 90. Over here is 270. Okay, so if the question asks you to draw only for this domain, okay, you look over here. This is from 90 to 270. So what can you do? Okay, you can just erase the rest. Padam je. Tinggalkan apa yang soalan tu nak. Okay, so itulah jawapan kita. Boleh Okay, so I want you to try number 2B lah. Okay. And as well as number 4. Okay. Okay, now let's continue with the next learning standard. Okay. Investigate and make generalization about the effect of changes in constant A, B, and C on the graph of trigonometric function. So we have three general equation over here. So the first one is y equals to a sine bx plus c, y equals to a cos bx plus c, and number 3, y equals to a tangent bx plus c for a more than 0 and b more than 0. Okay, so look over here. Okay, if you want to, macam mana kita cakap, if you want to kira, okay, the tinggi of the height of this graph, okay, we call it as amplitude. Ketinggian graph itu kita panggil sebagai amplitude. Okay, boleh? Okay, dia punya cycle ini, okay, sekali pusing ini kita boleh panggil sebagai period, tempoh dia. Okay, look over here. Period is the interval of one complete cycle. Okay, the trigonometric function is a periodic function. The graph is a Trigo function, repeats itself on a specific interval. For example, the graph of sine function repeat itself on an interval of 360. We can say that the function y equals to sine x is a periodic function with a period of 360. Amplitude is the maximum distance measured from the center line. Ketinggian ni lah. Okay. Next, if given that Trigo function y equals to a sin bx plus c, y equals to a cos bx plus c, and y equals to a tangent bx plus c, what would happen to the shape and position of the graph of the Trigo function if these values changes? Okay, sekarang tadi kita dah belajar kan general dia y equals to sin x, y equals to cos x, tangent x. Okay, sekarang apa jadi kalau kita ada general form macam ni, y a sin bx plus c. Okay, apa jadi kalau nilai ABC tu berubah? Adakah dia makin tinggi? Adakah dia makin lebar? Adakah dia semakin kurus, gemuk? Okay, kita tengok. Okay, look at this yellow table. Okay, sekarang, when the value A changes, maximum and minimum value change. Amplitude of a function is equals to A. Okay, sekarang A ini, mewakili amplitude. Okay, ingat, depan sekali, saya zoom this part of the equation, is amplitude. Yang depan sekali nak tengok tinggi rendah dia. Kalau depan dia ni 2, maksud dia amplitude dia 2 lah. Next, for tangent graph, untuk tangent kita tak ada amplitude. There is no amplitude for tangent graph. Next, the value of B changes. B ini adalah mewakili period. So B is representing the period of the function. When the value B increase, tengok sini. When the value B increase, the graph appears to compress horizontally. The period function decrease. Nanti kita tengok contoh. B ni sebenarnya berapa kali cycle dia. Contoh, if you have y equals to sin 2x, 2 kalilah cycle dia tadi. Macam ni, besar pula. Macam ni, satu cycle, lepas tu 2. Ini maksud dia sin 2x. 2 ni mewakili berapa period dia. The period of sine and cosine function, kita boleh kira sebagai 360 divided by b. The period of tangent function is 180 divided by b. And last kali, the value of c changes. C is position. When c more than 0, the graph of c unit, the graph moves c unit vertical up the x-axis. Kalau dia less than 0, dia turun bawah lah. So maksud dia yang belakang ni, C ni, mewakili naik turun graf tu. Kalau dia plus 2, maksud dia kita akan naik 2 unit. Kalau dia minus 2, dia akan turun 2 unit. Ingat C ni, dia naik turun sahaja, bukannya makin tinggi makin kecil. Bukan, makin tinggi makin kecil tu kita tengok pada A, amplitude. B pula berapa cycle yang ada dalam 360. And C naik turun. Ingat naik turun ni dia naik serentak, semua shape tu akan naik. Now let's look at the first example. The diagram on the right shows the graph of function y equals to sin x. For this range, sketch each of the following trigonometric function on the same axis. So dia dah bagi ni dah. Ni panduan kita. So dia suruh kita lukis yang ini. Sekejap. Saya cuba screen capture. Kita cuba yang pertama. Besar ni. So the first one, y equals to 2 sin x. Tadi kita tahu, kalau nombor di depan ni, dia mewakili amplitude kita. Okay, amplitude. So maksud dia, this question we have amplitude of 2. Okay, so maksud dia apa yang awak kena buat, okay, ni tinggi lagi lah. Okay, ini Y. Okay, ni pun turun ke bawah. Okay, so over here we have 2, over here we have negative 2. Okay, so kita lukis. Okay, dia punya period masih sama dan tak ada plus apa-apa belakang. So dia tak ada turun naik lah. Okay, so graf ini akan menjadi okay, macam ni. Okay, kurang macam tu lah. Jauh lukis macam cantik lagi. Okay, sekejap lagi sekali. Macam ni. Okay, so nampak tak di sini amplitude kita A is equals to 2. Okay, boleh, dia akan turun naik ini naik, ini turun. Dua-dua both ni adalah A equals to 2. Boleh? Okay, next. Okay, we have Y equals to sine 2x. Okay, B. Okay, Y equals to sine 2x. Okay, sekarang depan ni tak ada kan? Depan sine ni tak ada apa-apa. So, kita tahu amplitude is 1. Okay, next 2x. 2x maksud dia, dalam 360 kita ada dua bentuk sine. Ada 2 complete cycle of sine. Okay, so maksud dia macam ni. Macam tadi, ingat tak dia ada bagi formula ni, yang ni. Okay, so kita boleh buat, okay, period equals to 360 divided by 2. So kita akan dapat 180. Betul? So maksud dia satu cycle of graph sine ni adalah 180. Okay, so kita boleh lukis. This is the first one. 180. Okay, next. Lagi sekali. 2. Boleh? So kita ada, di sini kita boleh nampak period kita 180. So ada 2. There are 2 period of sine graph. So nampaklah 2 di sini. Okay. Apa jadi pula kalau kita ada Y equals to sin X plus 1? Okay. Bila something ada C. Okay. Okay. Depan dia sama, sin X sama, tak berubah. So this is Y equals to sin X. Okay, what happened is just plus 1. Okay, maksud dia, semua ni akan naik satu ke atas. Okay. Sebagai contoh, saya cuba trace dulu this one. Saya trace. Okay, so this is graph Y equals to sin X, betul? Okay, bila ditambah 1, okay, kita kena naikkan dia ke atas. Okay, so saya akan naikkan graph ini 1 ke atas. Sekali. Okay, maksud dia akan semua ni lah. Semua ni dia akan naik 1 ke atas. Okay, macam ni. Okay, boleh. Awak bawa semua ni sekali naik 1 unit ke atas. Macam tu je lah. Okay. Okay, now last one, D. Apa yang kita ada pada D? Okay, Y equals to 2 sin 2x. Okay, now kita ada beza ni. Okay, 2 ni amplitude, 2x ni adalah period. Okay, maksud dia amplitude paling tinggi kita adalah 2. Okay, saya naikkan ke atas. Okay, this is 2. This is negative 2. Okay, 2x tadi maksud dia dalam 360 ada 2 period, ada 2 cycle lengkap. Okay, so maksud dia graf kita tinggi macam ni. 1. Okey. Lepas tu sambung lagi. 2. Okey. Boleh. Okey. Seronok kan melukis ni. Okey. So this is the sine graph. Okay, next we go to example 10. Okay, example 10. Sketch each of the following trigonometric function for this range. Okay, so the first one kita ada y equals to 2 cos x plus 1. Okay, so we know that 2 means amplitude kita 2. So paling tinggi 2, paling rendah negatif 2. Okay, period 1 je. And then plus 1. Okay, plus 1 is actually dia naik 1 unit ke atas. Okay, so macam mana saya nak buat? Okay, so saya boleh buat macam ni. Okay, so this is our axis. Sekejap, baca cantik. Okay, so we have, okay, so 2 cos x. Okay, it means kita punya amplitude paling tinggi. Okay, for example, this is our graph. Okay, so over here is 360, this is 180, this is 0, this is 2, this is negative 2. Okay, sekarang settle 2 cos x. Now we have plus 1. Okay, plus 1 maksud dia kita kena anjak semua ni naik ke atas 1 unit. Okay, so apa kita boleh buat? Okay, tengok sini. Asal 2 kan? Okay, plus 1. 2 plus 1 kita akan dapat 3. Negative 2 plus 1 kita akan dapat negative 1. Okay, for example, okay, over here is 3. Okay, over here is negative 1. So apa buat? Awak angkatlah graf ni ke atas. Okay, naik 1. Okay, boleh. Okay, nanti kalau awak lukis guna tangan, padamlah graf yang asal tu. Okay, boleh. Simple as that. Okay. Okay, now B. Okay, B we have y equals to tangent 0.5x minus 1. Okay, this is actually y equals to tangent half x minus 1. Okay, so ini maksud dia. Okay, period untuk tangent line sikit Okay, kita tengok balik. Okay, over here. Okay, for tangent, how to calculate the period is 180 divided by b. Okay, so mana tadi? Okay, so we have, okay, ni period period 180 divided by b is 1/2. Okay, so 180 bahagi setengah kita akan dapat 360. Okay, maksud dia kita hanya ada separuh graf tangent dalam 360. Okay, macam mana graf tangent tadi? Ingat lagi tak? Okay, kita tengok balik. Okay, dalam graf tangent, okay, tengok ni. Kita ada 1, 2, 3. Tengok macam ni, saya lukis balik. Kita ada 2 bentuk utama sebenarnya. Ini 1, ini 1. Ini 2. Ada 2 geng di situ. Okey, yang kuning, yang kuning dan yang merah. Okey, so kalau dalam 360 hanya ada 1 tadi dia katakan. So kita lukis yang kuning ni je lah. Okey, yang kuning, geng yang kuning itu. Okey. So mana kembali. Okey. So saya lukis balik kita punya. Okay, so this is our paksi. Okay, tadi 360. So 360 180 90 270. Okay, so kita boleh lukis. Okay, so kita nak lukis minus 1 kan, minus 1. So asal tadi 0, so 0 dia akan turun negatif 1. Okay, so lukislah. Okay, and yang sini pula negatif 1 dia akan turun ke bawah. Macam tu. Tengah ni adalah asymptote. Boleh? Okay, so for the exercise, I want you cuba buat nombor 1. Okay, buat A, E, I. Number 2, A, B, C. Ini penting, awak kena tahu cara nak sketch. Penting, awak akan guna dalam AdMaths nanti. And number 3, cuba buat B lah. Okay. Okay, now we continue to the last learning standard for today. Okay, solve problem involving graph of sine, cosine and tangent function. Okay, boleh baca soalan. Okay, the graph above shows a complete respiratory cycle. This cycle consists of the process of inhalation and exhalation. It occurs every 5 seconds. Ni kita inhale, tarik nafas, hembus nafas. Okay, airflow velocity is positive and when we inhale and negative when we exhale. The velocity is measured in liter per second. Okay, A, if y represent the velocity of airflow after x second, state a function in the form of y equals to A sine bx plus c, which models the airflow in normal respiratory cycle shown as the graph above. B, what is the velocity of airflow in liter per second when the time is 7 seconds? Okay, macam mana nak buat? Okay, now, okay, so for the first part, okay, A. Okay, so from the graph we know that the amplitude. Okay, apa amplitude? Amplitude, this one is amplitude, right? Tinggi. This one is 0.6. Okay, so we know that amplitude is 0.6. Okay, therefore our value of A is 0.6. Okay, next we need to calculate the period. Okay, the period. Okay, let's go back. Okay, period. Okay, this one period occurs in 5 seconds. Okay, betul. Okay, so let's calculate the value of B. So, nak kira period tadi kita ada rumus kan, 360 divided by B. Okay, so the period is 5. Betul? 360 divided by B. So B is equals to 72. Okay, next kita tengok C. Okay, C pula A1, 2. Okay, 3 is C. Okay, for C, okay, nampak tak ada naik turun tak graf ni? Tak ada kan? Dia mula cantik je daripada kosong. So itu bermaksud our C is equals to 0 because there is no upward or downward movement. Okay, so macam mana kita nak tahu? So kita ada Y equals to A sin X, A sin BX plus C. So what is our general equation for that graph? So kita ada Y equals to 0.6 sin 72x. C is 0. So inilah kita punya function. Okay. Okay, next B. Okay, B dia kata when the time is 7 second. Okay, so second is which axis? X kan? So kita akan ubah value of X. Okay, so B. Okay, when X equals to 7, so Y is equals to 0.6 sine 72 times 7. Jawab kena tekan dulu Okay, tekan 72 times 7. Lepas tu sine benda ni times 0.6. Okay, so your answer is Y is equals to 0.35. Okay, so that's how we solve problems involving Trigo function graph. Okay, so for exercise self-practice, I give you only one question. Okay, boleh cuba jawab soalan nombor 1, A dan B. Okay, boleh? Okay. So I think that's it for today's class. Okay, so yang belakang ni boleh baca-baca lah. Okay, untuk lebih memahami chapter 6. Okay, so I think that's all for today. So kalau ada masalah macam biasa boleh tanya di dalam group class. Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you very much. Bye.